This tutorial will show you how to use if statements with formulas. So in this situation here, if I have a certain type of fruit and then various pounds of that fruit, I want to figure out how much it costs. Now, instead of going through and selectively going through and multiplying these out, I want to create a formula that applies to all of the different scenarios. So if I go in here to cost, I can say equals, that begins our formula. Now, and we're going to start with the if statement. Now you'll look here, there's a logical test, and then the value of true and the value of false. So the logical test, we're going to look for, we'll click on this, if that's equal to, and now we'll put apple. So if that's equal to apple, then we want to take and multiply one, or that one right there, multiply it by, this one, and we want to multiply it by the price of the apple. Now if it's false, for now we're just going to put 0, and we're just going to start out with that. Okay, so indeed this one costs, this is an apple, and it costs 99 cents because we only have 1 pound. Now if I drag that down all the way here, you can see that nothing else works, so this apple formula didn't work, and so we go back up and have to look at this equation and figure out what we did wrong. And we'll start off by looking here and figuring out with this one, you can see that this C4 value, instead of saying an apple every time an apple's used, it ended up moving down. So we want to go up and freeze that one. So we're going to go to apple here. We want to make sure that the C2 stays at the 2 portion, so we'll just book it right there, and then we come on down and we'll go ahead and add that in. So every apple at this point, 3 has 297, and apple is 891. Next, we want to actually add in the other values. So we can embed another if statement in here. So instead of saying 0, we're going to say if, so we're going to do another if statement, and this time we're going to go, is it equal to banana? So if this, again, same one, is equal to banana, and if it's true, we're going to multiply that multiplied by the cost of the banana, and again we're going to freeze it at 3. And the only other option here is that it be apple, or I'm sorry, it'd be orange, and so the third option would be taking this and multiplying it by orange. Okay, so that should be a full statement if we just put one more parentheses in there, and lo and behold. Oh, one more thing to add, I forgot to freeze this one on D4, so we'll freeze that value there, and we'll just make sure that this all works. So scroll down, drag it all down, and sure enough the orange doesn't work. So why didn't the orange work? Let's look in here and see. And you can see that I have D4 instead of that other one. So I'm going to come back into the original formula. One thing that's handy here is that I can just actually pull this back over. So this would be pulled back over like so, and hit enter. And now again we'll click and drag all the way down, and now we get a full list of all those values. One of the things you can do is go ahead and select all these values. If we want them to be in dollars, click the $ sign, and that'll give you dollar value there. And that's how to use an if statement in a formula.